Ho, ho, ho. What's up, YouTube? RayJusPlayz, aka Jump Door. Today, we're kind of doing the same thing with Halloween. I stuttered right there. We're doing kind of the same thing with Halloween, but today it's Christmas. You guys see the Christmas hat and stuff back here? Yeah, we're doing the same thing for Christmas, but I'm kind of Santa Claus today, so you know what I'm saying. We're going to be reacting to some scary videos, Halloween edition. So of course it is Christmas. It is near Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So we're finna react to some scary Halloween video. I mean, not scary Halloween, scary Christmas videos. And yeah, you guys new to the channel, you already know what to do. Subscribe right here, yes sir. And we're finna get inside this video. Let's get it. Oh, by the way, we're almost at 260 subscribers. So if you guys want to subscribe, you know, you guys new to the channel, returning subscriber. First of all, leave a like on the video. Second, subscribe to the channel, yes sir, and follow my social medias. Okay, I have everything in the description. Okay, you guys go follow that real quick. I'll wait. Facebook, IG, Snapchat, YouTube. What y'all doing, bro? You good? All right, we're good.
This story took place about 5 years ago on Christmas Eve night. It was around 1 in the morning, and I had just finished placing presents under the tree. I went upstairs to brush up and everything, then came back downstairs to the kitchen to get a glass of water before bed.
Yeah.
My son Jake, who was 4 at the time, was standing by the stairs leading to the basement. I asked him what he was doing up so late. He pointed down the stairs and said, "Santa." I picked him up and carried him back to his room. I took a glass of water and went to bed.
You good? I bet.
I woke up around an hour later to my son running down the hall outside my room.
Oh no, he wanted them
I
presents.
sighed and got out of bed.
He wanted them presents early.
As I was going down the stairs, I saw Jake by the tree looking at presents.
Okay, well,
then he ran past me into the basement stairs again. He pointed down the stairs again. This time I looked down the stairwell, and my heart dropped as I saw a black figure sitting on the bottom step. I almost screamed, but I somehow held it in. I pulled my son quietly away from the basement door and closer to the front door of the house. I moved my hand away from my son's mouth to reach for the lock on the doorknob. I tried to pull the door open as quietly as possible, but it was pointless. The squeaky hinges let out the usual ear-piercing screeches, and I cringed in my mouth and eyes as I...
Y'all hate when you try to sneak somewhere and say you're in the house, right? You can't eat snacks past 12 or past 11, past 10. You trying to get some snacks where everybody sleep. You try to open your door. Everything is louder at night for some reason. So you try to open your door. It sounds like AK shots popping off. Everything is louder at night. Okay. You try to walk down the hallway. Look. I'm extra, okay? I'm extra. Let's just go back inside the video. Come on.
Suddenly, there were heavy stomps coming from up the basement stairs. I screamed and pushed open the storm door and practically threw Jake outside.
Dang!
I shut both doors behind us and we ran to the neighbor's house.
Okay.
I rang the doorbell as fast as possible, probably 30 times before they answered. After that, we went inside and stayed there and waited for the police.
Nice.
Whoever that person was gone, though, as determined after the police conducted a thorough investigation of the house. I ended up lying to Jake, telling him that actually was Santa Claus. But a few years later, he remembered the incident and became a little more wise to what actually happened.
Oh, he remembered. If he didn't remember, that'd be good. That was crazy. That was kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie to you. It was fire, but kind of crazy at the end where, you know, mom just threw Jake in the snow like that. And you going to say he fine? Bro. By the way, these guys that's showing me the video is Llama Arts, okay? Shout out to you, Llama Arts. You're doing your job, okay? I like that. Stay on the grind. But yeah, shout out to Llama Arts for supplying the videos. Llama Arts, when you gonna acknowledge to me that I'm trying to, you know, get a collaboration in, like Corey? Bro, come on, man. Llama artists, keep doing your thing. I like it. I appreciate it, though.
Last year on Christmas Eve, I was working late. I'm 23. I work in New York City and commute home every day on the train. Since I'm one of the younger ones in the office, I got stuck with one of the worst shifts.
Dang.
So I wasn't able to get home until 5 o'clock. My family had already left a whole hour earlier to go to my cousin's house, so I had to drive alone.
Oh.
After having a quick snack before the half-hour drive, I got back in my car and put my cousin's address into my phone. Halfway through the drive, it started snowing.
So I listened to Beethoven in the back.
I got to my cousin's house around 6 o'clock. It was snowing heavily by this point,
nice,
and I just made it in time to catch everyone
beautiful.
starting dinner. I brought all of my gifts inside and cheerfully said hey to everyone.
Hey.
I stayed until around 11 o'clock. The rest of my family left a little sooner. I stayed an extra half hour or so just to hang out before leaving myself.
Okay.
By the time I was leaving, the ground had accumulated at least 2 feet of snow, and it wasn't even done snowing. The drive home was nightmarish. The roads were hardly even plowed, and I had to drive under 20 miles per hour on most roads. The roads were completely dead at this point, though, most likely because everyone was smart enough to go home before the snow accumulated. Eventually, I turned onto a main road that I'm sure would usually be bustling, but at 11:15 on Christmas Eve night, there wasn't a single car or a single light from the store.
Oh, no.
It was a ghost town. But then I did notice the flashing taillights of one car. It was parked on the side of the road, and the smoke seeped out from its exhaust with the taillights giving
whatever
red
it is, I don't
tints.
know.
As I got closer, I realized there was somebody next to the car waving their hand in the air.
Any help, yeah.
I assumed something was wrong and they needed help.
Yeah.
So, me being the good Samaritan I am, I pulled up behind the car. When I opened my door, the guy approached me immediately, barely even giving me time to step out.
Oh, hold up, back up.
He was
back
an
up.
average-sized man, probably 5'10", 180 pounds.
Okay.
He spoke in a very demanding voice, asking me if I know anything about fixing an engine. I told him I didn't know much about cars. The guy responded very quickly to everything I said. He told me it's fine. He went inside of his car for a second, popped open his trunk, came back out, and told me to just wait by the trunk for a second.
Oh, no.
I had no idea what he wanted me to do. I was really confused. He walked over to the front of his car, and I heard him open the hood. I couldn't see anything he was doing since the trunk was blocking my view, and the loud wind of the snowstorm overpowered any small noises he might have been making. I put my hand on the back of the car and leaned my body in anticipation, when suddenly I heard 3 or 4 quick and aggressive footsteps in the snow behind me before I was pushed into the trunk. The man tried to close the trunk on me, but I kicked...
See, this is what y'all get, bro. Hold on. You turn your back on things, bro. That's the worst thing about it. You turn your back and never turn your back on a stranger. That's one thing. That's one thing. Bro, that's what you got it for.
my feet up in resistance and held it up. I was able to overpower him and kick the trunk open completely.
Yeah.
As I took advantage of the few seconds I had to get out of the trunk, I took out my keys. He tried to grab me now, and I dug my house key right into his neck.
Woo!
He fell to his knees, and his scream echoed down the deserted street. I was in my car and halfway down the road before he could even get up from his knees.
Yeah, he done for.
Further down, I called 911 and reported the guy.
There we go.
I came back in 10 minutes to find blue and red lights illuminating the windows of the deserted stores.
They back, bro.
The police held him until the ambulance arrived for him. I watched the whole thing, and nothing ever felt better in my life. I got home safely half an hour later and told my family everything. I was still very shaken that Christmas, and this remains possibly the most horrific thing I've ever experienced.
Man, that was crazy. But you could have used your head a little bit, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy, though. One video.
The traumatizing events of this story.
This video is by MJV Animations. It's not by Llama Arts anymore. So let's go. Come on.
Story happened to me several years ago. This is the first time I'm sharing my story publicly in hopes it may help others who read it. At the time, I was a mother of a 4-year-old daughter. Her name is Juniper, and she is my entire life.
Okay.
The day of these events, my husband was at work, so I decided to do some Christmas shopping at the mall. On the way in, Juniper saw Santa sitting in the middle of the atrium and began jumping because I assumed she associated Santa with presents. We decided to get into line, even though it was long. We could get a picture and she could tell Santa what she wanted for Christmas. When it was finally Juniper's chance to sit on his lap, I immediately felt uncomfortable. I didn't like the way he was staring at her.
Oh, no.
His eyes were big and looked as if though he had been on something. She sat there for a moment and told the man what she wanted as I watched, filled with anxiety. After about 2 minutes, he got her off his lap and winked goodbye to her and said Merry Christmas.
Oh, you gotta wink at me, bro.
Happy this ordeal was over, we did the little bit of shopping we had to do and pressed on through the day. While I was browsing around one of the clothing stores, I looked up and thought I noticed the mall Santa sitting outside of the store we were in.
Oh, no.
Not taking any chances, I grabbed Juniper and walked out of the other entrance of the store. After a little while longer of shopping, we decided to get some lunch in the food court of the mall. I kept my eyes peeled because I just had Mother's intuition that something wasn't right. We were finishing our food, and literally as we were about to get up, the mall Santa came over to our table. He walked right up to Juniper and said in a jolly Santa-like voice, "Hey there, Juniper. Remember to be good so Santa can come and bring you lots of presents."
Facts.
She was so excited, and so were all the people around me. It's easy to say what you would do in that situation, but I just stood still. I thought freaking out my daughter and rushing her away from Santa would be a traumatizing event, so I grabbed her hand and told her it was time to go. She said goodbye to Santa, and we left. That night at home, I told my husband about the entire story. He was angry, but agreed with my course of action.
Yeah.
The next day, I woke up at about 8 a.m. My husband was already gone for work for the day. I happened to look outside and saw a strange blue car that I had never noticed parked outside my house.
The car looked nice.
This didn't really bother me considering it could have been anyone, but it was just peculiar. At about 11 a.m., I looked out the window again and noticed the car was still in the exact same spot. I made the choice to go out to my mailbox in the front of my home and investigate the car. The car was empty, except for the passenger seat. There was a Santa hat on the seat. I tried not to jump to any conclusions, but it was just starting to make too much sense in my head. I ran inside and called my husband.
Yeah.
He said I was grasping at straws, but decided to come home anyway to make sure I was okay. A couple of minutes later, my worst fear was realized. I looked out the window and saw the man in his car. It was the mall Santa, and he was taking a picture of my house with his cell phone.
He took a picture. Yeah.
Once he saw me, he drove away. And
yeah, y'all gotta pack up now. Creepy Santa took a picture, y'all. Y'all gotta pack up. I'm sorry. Pack up. Let's go.
Drove away so fast I couldn't get the license plate number. Minutes later, my husband came home and I explained what I saw. We called the authorities, but there really wasn't anything that could be done. I felt angry with myself that I looked at the car all morning and couldn't get a license plate number. My husband stayed home from work the next day just in case. At about noon, we walked around the house and noticed footprints outside of Juniper's window. Footprints in the snow that neither of us left. That night, I couldn't sleep.
Santa, bro.
I felt like I was just waiting for something horrible to happen. My husband, Juniper, and I all decided to have a camp out in the living room so she could be with us all night.
Okay.
Shortly after midnight, my husband and I were alerted to the sound of a car pulling up.
Bro.
It was the mall Santa car from the day before, and he was approaching the house with a giant bag in his hand.
There's probably a body in
I called
there,
the police as my husband stalked him through the windows.
There we go.
The lights were off, so the mall Santa couldn't see
Why
us
you
through the
creeping up on
windows.
you like that?
He made his way all the way to Juniper's window. He started to tap on the windows, almost as if though he was trying to wake her up. My husband stood on the other side of the window, trying not to scare him away until the cops came. That's when we heard it. "Hey, Juniper, it's Santa. Come take a ride in my sleigh and I'll show you the reindeer."
Oh, no.
Praying that the cops would show up any minute, I sat in the fetal position, not knowing if this lunatic had a gun or any other weapon. He kept tapping and whispering, "It's me, Santa." Finally, the cops showed up.
There we go.
When we heard the sirens out front, my husband jumped out the window and tackled them all Santa. My husband yelled for the cops, and the cops detained the man. He didn't have any weapons on him, but his car did have duct tape and rope.
He was trying to kidnap
It gives me nightmares to this day, thinking of that horrible situation and what could have happened. My Christmas miracle is that my family is safe, and my daughter didn't have to really experience any of the intense feelings my husband and I did over those couple of days. If you as a parent have instincts about the safety of your child, please follow them. If I would have just left them all when I felt uneasy, I could have possibly avoided this entire series of events.
Yo, that is crazy. If I was a parent, bro, alright, so look, they seen him sitting weird, right? If I was a parent, man, look, what I would have done, if I would have seen him sitting a little bit weird or staring at him, I was like, "Hey, kid, I gotta look. What was her name in the story? Janet? I don't know. But look, I got a present for you at home, all right? But so we have to go. But thing is about this, you gotta have to spend real money, okay? You gotta have to spend money to get that present for him. Simple. But that was fire. I'm not gonna lie. Shout out to MJV Animations for that video. Was fire. Hope you guys enjoyed. I did. If you guys want more, of course, you know, leave a like, 10 likes or 5 likes. I don't care. Okay, I'm still dropping more of however likes we get. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I did. Like, subscribe, come on to RayJusPlayz, aka Jump Door. Subscribe today to join the family. It's free, okay? You don't have to pay no money. Okay, just hit one button. It's simple, like for 2 seconds, okay? So I want you guys to do is hit this button right here, okay? It says subscribe. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Like, subscribe today to join the family. And I'll see you guys next video. Till next time.